You're welcome once again to Insights and Knowledge Sharing with the Queen. My name is Aya Lawrence, a professional counselor and transformational coach. I'm the Queen of Premium Family Life Practice. I'm an organized being, graced to solve complex problems with ease, such that every encounter with me takes you to a place of clarity, promoting your personal bliss. Thank you for stopping by again to learn, to unlearn and relearn and be transformed in your family life and life in general. Like I always say, do subscribe to this channel and have your notification bell turned on. We love to read your comments, answer your questions as well. So we engage in a dialogue from time to time and grow together. So, this is the last part, yes, part three of our discourse. Can love alone sustain a marriage? So far, we've touched on purpose, we've touched on willingness to get better, we've touched on crafting family vision, family values, how to keep your marriage in shape, and ensuring that you work together as a team. So, we want to dive in right about now. Let's just, take a plunge into what we have today. Another ingredient I want us to look at today is understanding. And I think it's probably the most important constituent of a marriage because understanding means good judgment based on knowledge. So you are able to make good decisions because you know. So, what do you understand about your husband or your wife? What do you understand about your spouse's personality, love language? That is how the person wants you to love him or her, not how you think you should love him or her. How much do you know? How much do you know about the person's personality? Is the person an introvert? Is the person an extrovert? These are the things you need to know. When do you need to bring up an issue and where exactly do you need to bring up an issue? Very important. How do resolve issues as well? Can you read your spouse's gestures when he or she is happy and his face goes in a particular way? Can you interpret? How well can you read and interpret your spouse's gestures? Do you know even the threats to your relationship? Your threats can even be your children at times, can be your job, can be your career. Whatever it is, are you aware? Are you aware? You need to have understanding, of the things that are happening around you. Do you even know your individual differences? Do you know your preferences? Are you able to even communicate your wants, your needs per time? These are the things that are very, very important for you to note, even as you grow in your marriage relationship, even as you have love in your relationship. You need to have understanding. Please, let's be reminded, let's be guided that love alone cannot sustain. You need to add understanding to whatever, you have going at the moment. Another thing that you need to take note is even the ability to reinvent yourself. Do you go for trainings? Are you still the same old person that has been the past 6 months? Has anything been added to you? Have you personally developed yourself? Have you developed yourself in the area of your career? You know, how can you do better what you've always done? You must continuously develop. You must continuously reinvent yourself as an individual and also look out for your spouse to note the areas he or she has gotten better. Because if you don't, you think he or she still remains the way he or she is the last 1 week, whereas the person has moved on and you're trying to deal with the person the same way we dealt with him or her some weeks ago, today you'll be wrong. So as you reinvent yourself, watch out for the reinvention. Watch out for the reinvention in your spouse. So you note how he or she is getting better, and how you are also getting better in your career and even in your outlook to life in general. So it's important you reinvent yourself. It's important you both reinvent yourself. I cannot forget again to mention strategy, which is very useful to win any and every war. There is no war that has been won without a strategy. You have to have your strategy also in your marriage. You need to understand who you're dealing with so that when anything happens, you know how to handle such an individual the way you would get the result you desire to have. And that is strategy. Very important. Very, very important. Do you understand how the person you're dealing with wants to be, handled? And what are the things I need to put in place to ensure that when I handle him or her in that way, I get the fantastic result that I want? So strategy is very, very important. And lastly, you need an exceptional coach that you can be vulnerable with, that you can be open with, indeed, to build the home you've always dreamt of. Someone that is willing to hold your hands, someone that is willing to walk the journey with you. So it's important that you have a coach. For you to have an exceptional home, for you to have an exceptional marriage, you need a coach who knows his or her onions and can walk with you. And can walk with you. And like I always say, I'm here to hold your hands on this life journey. So feel free to contact me. And please, as we wrap up this discourse on can love alone sustain a marriage? Or is love alone enough in a marriage? I'd want you to not forget to drop your comments, ask your questions, so we can engage from time to time. Until I come again your way, next time, keep living, loving, and laughing. Cheers and God bless.